Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Brighton Albion versus Chelsea. Very long match. This was a very long match, given that both halves had a total of 10 minutes each, pretty much 10 minutes each. Second half had 10 minutes, and first half I think had 9 minutes, so pretty much the same. But despite that, it was a very entertaining match. A lot of pauses, a lot of fouls in the beginning of the match, the first 10 minutes, but it didn't ruin the game. It wasn't to its detriment. It actually made it more exciting, in my opinion. It was really nice to see Brighton play after a long time. I think this is the first time I've seen them play since last season, and I'm glad to see that they're still playing the same football. The only difference is that they're not in the same position that they were last year. But besides that, I mean, the football that they play, just not being afraid to take risks up in the front. Just very vertical, very daring. I loved how they were giving Chelsea a lot of issues through the middle, and being able to see the kind of players that they added to this roster of theirs, which is very interesting with this Adingra. Very skillful player, very crafty player. A lot of end product. It wasn't step overs just to do step overs, just for the heck of it. And that Joao Pedro, Joao Pedro as well. And Ciso, was really nice to see Ciso. And the kid Barco that came in the second half. I was not expecting that. I remember my dad telling me about him, how he came from Boca Juniors, and didn't think much of him because of his height, to be honest, and just his baby face. I didn't think he was gonna do that well. He was a little bit unsteady in the first. I don't know if it was nerves or what, or just had to get a feel for the game, for the field. And then after that, he was their main guy. He was their main guy, just centering and just driving forward and providing plays for those forwards. And I think he even got a shot in, but really instrumental and very optimized when he came in. What a really good player. Yeah. So interested to see what he does and where his career goes from here on out. As for Chelsea, man, first time I could say I've seen Chelsea. Well, lately I've been seeing Chelsea, and this was no exception. They actually look like a team. Was it perfect? By no means. There were a lot of mistakes, but they look like a team. They look like they know what they're doing. And Kuka coming in for Mudryk, that was a really good substitution. Sad again for Mudryk. Really sad. He was involved in the first goal, but after that, not much else from Mudryk. Just driving the ball and not doing enough. Definitely not doing enough. And Kuka coming in, I mean, besides scoring the goal, very influential in the game. As soon as he came in, you could see the options. You could see the I'm not going to say that Brighton were afraid, but you could see the fear that they could instill in the opposition. The final third just somehow opened up a lot more with the combination with Nkunku, with Madueke, with Palmer, with Jackson. Really good with Gallagher. This really good cohesion between all these players. You could still see that Nkunku's still recovering, because the ball that Sterling, and even before that, but that ball that Sterling ended up giving him so he could just torpedo his way to the front, he chose to kind of just lay back. I know it was a 2-0, but I'm sure that he wanted to score. I'm sure that they want to score. He just waited for his teammates to just kind of make themselves open, and he just ended up passing the ball back. You could still see that there's some susceptibility from his part. So I mean, he's just being smart. I don't fault him for that. So really good from that, and really good from Cucurella. For me, man of the match pretty much. I mean, that save, that clearance that he did when Joao Pedro was just ramming his way in. I think Chalobah had him, but just for insurance, you see out of nowhere just flying. I mean, literally just dove through himself, feet first, to be able to clear that ball. And then just even after that, despite the crowd booing him throughout the game, and then sustaining a cut on his eyebrow, this man was just non-stop. He was giving it all. He was giving it his all. And I commend him for that. That was awesome to see that. That was really good game from Cucurella. Amazing performance by him. I still hold my argument that I don't think he's there yet. He still needs something to be able to reach that level of Dani Alves. I'm not gonna say Marcelo. That came to mind, but I'm not gonna say Marcelo. An Evra, Roberto Carlos, a Cafu. He's very much needed in this team, and I think he's a great addition to this team. Let's not break that confidence. Because that's what he's going on right now, and he needs that, because he's still a little bit I wouldn't say slow, but a little bit inept sometimes with the ball. And it looks like he's scurrying around, and he's just scrambling to see where he goes, what he does when he gets the ball. So he still needs to improve on that. And like I said, Gallagher saved a tremendous goal that could have been a goal in the first half for Brighton. And Brighton were trying. Brighton were trying nonstop. I actually thought in the second half, I think for 20 minutes of the first half of the second half, they were about to score, and then Chelsea ended up scoring the second goal. But it seemed like they were poised to be able to score that second goal. And throughout the whole game, they had plenty of opportunities with Adingra, with Joao Pedro, with Enciso, right? Gross missed a hell of an opportunity. I don't know where he thought the goal just needed to shift a little bit to his right so he could end up scoring. Didn't really quite calculate the ball. So they had a bunch of opportunities to be able to score, and eventually it came in the second half with Welbeck. So really good for Chelsea again. Like Jackson's the one that, man, my God, man, like he could have put himself on the score sheet with 2 goals, easily with 2 goals. The one in the beginning with Chalobah, that beautiful through pass to Malo Gusto, and Gusto, like, where did that come from? And ends up giving him a Frank Lampard kind of pass, and the lead foot on this guy Jackson just got away from him. And then the second half, when the goalkeeper, what is it, Vertrugen or whatever, ends up coming out, doesn't touch him at all. I don't think that was a foul. And he ends up dragging his foot and just ends up falling over when he could have gotten to the ball, because we know you're quick as hell, bro. Get to the ball and score that goal. That's that thing. But you know what? For that price, hey, But even then, for that price, you're already in Chelsea. You're already in this, this big team, this very well-known team where you have to play, you have to step it up. I'm sorry, and it's been a while. It's been a while, and at this point, I wouldn't expect them to play like a Drogba, like a Ronaldo or anything. But plays like that, even under 21 kids know that not to do something like that, or to do what I said, just hop over the guy because you're quick enough. But maybe, to his defense, maybe he thought he was in the box already. He was going to get a penalty. I don't know, but I still think he should have done better than that. And then the assists also, the one that he was trying to give to Nkunku. I mean, that was a good idea, but you give it to him way back, in back of him, and then he has to turn around. By the time he turns around, there's just the whole final third gets crowded. Brighton ends up getting their players to the back, and then it was an offside. It was an offside, but the way he carried the ball and ends up, he saw him before. He saw Nkunku, and why not give it to him when you see him? I guess he was thinking, like, I'm gonna get as close as possible, so it could be 100% a goal and not 50%, 75% a goal. But that's the mistake he made, because by then the angle's cut off and Brighton's players are coming back, and it was an offside. I get it was an offside, but still, he should have done better. He should have done way better. So for me, that's one of the things that Chelsea need. I don't know, like with Nkunku, I think what's going to happen is, like, he's going to be dissipated from that. He's not going to be kind of exonerated from that. Not really guilty, or not really to blame too much when he doesn't score, because I think Nkunku, hopefully he doesn't get injured and he ends up scoring 50% of the opportunities that this guy's missing, Jackson. And then Caicedo, I heard yesterday some French guy saying that he had a monster of a game. No, he didn't. Stop that. For that price, bro, you better cover more terrain. I mean, he was winded. He did his job. He didn't have a horrible game. I'm not saying he had a bad game, but you got to do way more than that. Yeah, he passed the ball. That's it. For half that price, you could have gotten yourself an equally functional player to do what Caicedo's doing. And he's not doing anything more than just the obvious, more than what he's supposed to do. That one, he got psyched out two times by Enciso. That shouldn't have been the way he just took him out. Like, just, that's not something that Caicedo should have fallen for. Again, I'm not saying he had a bad game. He had a fresh cut, and that shit, like, stylist, the what's it called, the bleach and everything, that looked like sharp. That was looking clean, my guy. But besides that, his gameplay, dude, like, like the one where Porro ended up hitting the crossbar, the build up to that, where Enciso had the ball all by himself in the middle. That was, where was Caicedo? That should have been Caicedo. That should have been Caicedo's job to be there and intercept that ball, or take care of Enciso. So I wouldn't say he had a horrible performance, but he did all right. He did okay. Just another one of those things that they need to polish that up a little bit. Caicedo, Jackson, stuff like that. So yeah, besides that, Brighton had a really good game, had a lot of opportunities. This could have been easily a tie. It felt like the way this felt like the performances that both teams gave. It was equal. It was a tie, But Chelsea ended up winning this game, and close to clinching that spot for Europa. So we'll see what happens. The red card from Reece James. Come on, dude, you just came in, and you're captain. You're doing something like that, and he's gonna miss, what is it, like 3-4 game ban or whatever, suspension. Like, so it's gonna be the first 2-3 games, I think, of next season. Like, the hell, man. Palmer goal. I didn't mention. I mean, really good header, really good pass by Cucurella. Cucurella and the supposed penalty. I don't know how. I don't know why. I mean, I get it because it's just time efficient, and it's your reflex to be able to do that. The game's going so fast, but Bonanote, and trying to trying to get the ball from him with his leg. I've seen it before. A lot of players do that instead of kind of doing like the whole reach around with your other foot, with the opposite foot. It's just going to take way too long. But yeah, you could easily just break your leg in that one. But it was strange. There was no foul, obviously, but it was strange because he got the ball. They ended up invalidating the penalty, but then it was a goal kick. It was a foul for they ended up playing the ball. Brighton ended up playing the ball instead of giving it as a corner kick. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you so much, as always, for you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.